Welcome everyone to another episode of Market Wizards here at the Inner Wealth channel. Today, guys, I got an amazing guest for you guys today. Somebody that has inspired me through my trading journey, has been with me since day one of this journey. Dude, I'm telling you guys, ground zero is I knew nothing about trading, nothing about what I was even getting into. Okay, these are the micro lots and the micro lot days, and yeah, so somebody very special to me in this trading industry that has inspired me, and within a short amount of time, in my eyes, has been able to acquire a tremendous amount of confidence in this industry to be able to flip an account, a deposit that he did back in, I would say, what was it? We're all like 2020, 2021?
Yeah. 2020, 2021, yeah.
2021. He did a $32,000 deposit. Account in a few months dropped to 11K. And this man managed to put that 11K and flip it all the way up to multiple six figures. From there, I haven't seen this man miss a six-figure withdrawal. Like, I'm telling you guys, this guy's been killing it back to back to back. Now we're 2 years later of consistent six-figure withdrawals, consistently building multiple sources of income, and consistently acquiring more knowledge to expand his income and build more passive. So here today is Richard. Brother, appreciate you being here today, bro. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Hey, bro. I appreciate you having me here, bro. Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. I remember when we first used to hop on the Zoom calls with the whole group of boys and run it up all night and then get like hours sleep and then get right back on right for pre-London, New York, and then be like awake, and then we had jobs back then.
We all had to work, yeah.
Yeah, we all managed to get up and go to work. I remember Alan going to work, Marco, and it's just, man, it's been a hell of a ride, bro. But it's been a crazy journey that, I feel like everybody has to go through, to especially become to where they're at right now. It just makes you. It builds your character, and then it builds the person who you are right now. And I feel like without that journey, you're not really enjoying what trading is all about, like just in general.
Yeah, honestly. Oh man, bro, that's so true. I forgot that we all had full-time jobs at the time as well.
I remember whenever you stopped working. I remember when I stopped working, Marco, the whole gang, pretty much.
Yeah, we all one by one stopped full-time jobs and went full-time trading. Can I ask you, bro? Honestly, I don't think I've ever asked you this question. For as long as we've known each other, what introduced trading to you? Like, how did this even come about?
So, yeah, you never asked me that. So, I first started in like trading whenever, me and John went to the same high school. So, I used to follow John on Instagram, and he would always he was on, was it iMarkets Live? And so he was the one that started like posting it and seeing it. And I just started seeing like a whole bunch of people that I knew. I wasn't like really close to them. And they would be like posting the charts and everything.
High school?
No, I was not really high school. It was right after we graduated. It was probably 2017, 2018.
Okay.
Like maybe like a year or two. But I wasn't like into like trading. I remember I got into iMarkets Live, not through John. I got in through this other team in Arizona. And then it was the first time, because I remember I got in again. And that first time, it was a guy from Corpus that I had never met, that he was just chatting with me. He really was the one that sold me. And at that time, I never pictured myself working for somebody else. Like it's never been my mentality of like, oh, I want to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. Fuck no, my bad. You have to beat that
Nah, you're
out.
good. You're good.
Um, and so he sold me. I remember I had to pay like $200 or $300, something like that. And he got me in, but I had a bad experience. I remember he just put me in. Instead of me trying to learn how to trade, it was more of recruiting people and put me under, and I didn't like it because
Yeah.
I've never been the type of guy. You know me for years now.
Yeah.
I'm not a very
Nah.
flashy type of guy. I'm not a guy I'm gonna post all my stuff online and I'm gonna try to recruit you. That ain't
Yeah.
me. I'm
Nah.
more humble, laid back. I chill. You might see me here and there pop out, and you'll be like, "Okay, I see Rich doing some things." But
Definitely.
besides, and then so that happened, and I took like a couple years off, and then I started seeing John. And John posted like crazy, and then he started like popping out nice things, and I was like, "Man, that's what I want." And
New
John
car,
used to
new
tell me,
whip, like
"Yeah, I
all the
remember he had
time.
like, yeah, traveling everywhere." I remember he
Yeah,
had
yeah.
like Lambos posted, Ferraris posted, and I was like, "Bro, that's what I want." And my dad, he owned his own. He used to sell import and export diesel fuel and jet fuel. He wanted me to follow his route, but I'm like, I don't like that, so I never was. And then I messaged John. John was like, "Nah, I'm not doing no course right now. I'm not trying to
Bro,
teach people."
it's same thing. That's so crazy.
And then I remember he posted it. Like I remember he posted something on his Instagram. I'm like, this dude just dropped the gem. I'm like, this guy, I want what he wants. So
That's
yeah, I think I got into his like second, third class, and that's how it all started, bro. Like
that's
literally,
crazy.
that's how it
Wow.
started, bro.
That's
And then
crazy.
we got into iMarkets Live, I believe,
Hmm.
at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, boy.
Yeah, yeah. That's literally how it happened with me too. I was just looking through digging through Instagram. I knew that Texas was, at least in my view, I knew Q Banks was in Texas. And so
Oh, really?
yeah. And so I started going through his followers, who was following him and shit, and going through other traders there. And that's how I came across a bunch of IML individuals. And then I don't know who was following John. Somebody shared John in iMarkets Live. I don't know who it was, but God bless him. Because I saw John was the only one like posting profits. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
was one of the only individuals posting like the live account and profits. I was like, hey, like I hit him up a couple times. Hey, bro, like where'd you learn like this stuff? And he's like, yeah. Like he would say some random shit, and he wouldn't answer directly. He would answer very indirectly, and then I asked him for a course. He's like, nah, I don't teach anyone. And then out of nowhere, he posted it on his story on
Yep.
Instagram. He was just like, I have 5 spots
Yep. And I try to
for
get, bro. I remember I tried to get those spots. I remember it was like midweek, and I was like, "Oh, I just spent all my money on some Jordans." And then and then I was like, I messaged him, and he was like, I was trying to get like a payment plan, and he was like, "Nah, bro, you
that
gotta pay the
payment
whole
plan.
thing."
Bro, I remember because back then, I mean, I honestly couldn't just. It was he was saying $500, something like that. I was like, damn, like I don't even. I was like, that's pretty low. Like I was like, I'm down. I'm down, and I went just fucking pulled it out and I sent it to him, and then I something happened that Cash App like froze my $500 and like didn't send it to him. And I was like, fuck, I just spent all my money on this shit, and I don't have any more cash. Bro, I remember I went to go pull out some credit. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a credit, do this shit on the same day because I was like, dude, I want this spot, so don't sell it off. It's like, all right, for sure. And I got it off of him. But yeah, I just like if you want it, bro, like you fucking make that shit happen. I remember he said
Yeah.
the spots sold out like that super fast. I was like,
Yeah, I
wow.
think I was the second or the third crew because I remember you were before me.
Yeah, I was the first. You were the second. Yeah.
Yeah, and then his course, you learned a lot of sauce. And then, it was great.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
We got introduced to a lot of cool concepts. Um,
The networking definitely paid off. The friends, the people, the memories definitely worth
yes,
the amount we
yes,
paid for.
yeah, yes. That's honestly it. The people that we met in in those classes, like I still talk to this day, and are really
Hmm.
cool individuals, genuinely transparent as well, you know. And it was cool because John was the first individual that I personally saw really close making like moves. And so that's
Yeah.
what got my belief level. I was like, yeah, we can fucking all do this shit. We
Yeah.
could, all of us just grab this shit and run with it. And so that's literally what happened, you know? And it's, I feel like you grabbed that bag and fucking ran with it harder than anybody, though. Like, you ran with that bag. You were focused. Like, I saw you, bro. Like, you
Bro,
were really focused on yours until you got it. And then you were focused even more, like,
I
after.
focused on one pair, bro. And that's just it's been
One
that pair
thing.
since one the day one US 30.
Can you tell us a little bit as to why is it that you always stuck to what US 30? That I feel like that's such a good point that you just brought up. Why is it that you
So when
stuck
I
to one asset, and why what attracted you to that one particularly?
Because when we first going through our course, John, he didn't really trade US 30 at the beginning. I kind of fell into US 30. I don't even remember how. I just think I was just navigating through the MetaTrader, and I realized that US 30 paid you more than all the other pairs. And the one thing that I could say that I have, bro, I'm a greedy individual, and that's the thing that through the years I've managed to discipline a lot better than when I first started.
Mm.
And I blew, bro. A lot of people, I blew so many accounts. I can't even count how many accounts I blew. I blew so anytime I had extra money, bro, I was going into trading. Like, and
Yeah.
especially at the beginning stage when I got into US 30, the main reason why I got into US 30 is because I realized that US 30 gave me more return than any other pairs.
Yeah.
I also noticed that US 30 was more volatile. That when that thing was going and you were in the right direction, boy, you was making your check, your weekly check in a day, an hour. And so I remember, and I just remember I fell in love with that pair, bro. I felt it was just like nothing else mattered. And on my trading view, I only had US 30. And I realized that for me, I had to sit down, I had to learn it, bro. I had to love it. I had to basically know how she works, bro. And I could say I spent like 5 to 6 months just studying that pair, bro. I blew a lot of counts, but I noticed what it did and one was the best trade. And for me, I'm gonna just say me, pre-London, is it was less volatile. And then during that journey, I started in trades ride to New York because sometimes they'll just
Oh
continue.
yeah.
So you know
That's
how
so
I always
big.
tell you, how I always tell you, like I always like trading in London, and you'll
Yeah.
be like, but New York is always more volatile, bro.
Yeah.
And I just be saying like, nah, because they're in London, US 30 still moves, but it doesn't move that crazy. So you get a bigger chance to predict what it's gonna do. And the one thing about trading, it moves in patterns.
Yeah.
And and so you just gotta, bro. Like I literally just dedicated myself to
To
US
with
30,
that
just seeing the
one
moves,
asset.
news, how it likes to react versus news, and then I came out with my own in and out strategy. And you know how I used to be coming with the in and out,
Yeah.
boy.
Since
I drop a little point zero 0.05, a quick little 200, 500, boom, out. And again, I'll be negative like 200. I'm like, nah, this thing's about to go reverse. Boom, in and out. Yeah,
yeah.
Emerson was the first one, and Marco. I think you were on there when I was just letting them things. They're just ping pong, and I was just, bro. I made so much money doing that.
I remember we would be on the calls and I'd hear you. We'd all trade in New York and pre-London, and I'd hear you pop them in and out. And always at the end of the night, it'd be like, "I'm gonna request my withdrawal." I'm gonna request my withdrawal. I'm like, hell yeah, bro! You were the first one in our group that was consistently requesting your withdrawals from Prosperity. I remember that also helped my belief level because you told me like, damn, bro, sometimes I have like $600 weeks, sometimes I have $400 weeks. And like looking back at those, I'm like, you know what? Like that's when when I just started just pulling it instead of trying to build it up to like a certain fat ass amount. I was like, at that point, it becomes real because then those returns are actually something that you can do more things with, and you start teaching yourself like, bro, like we do this for some freedom, right? And you told me, grab that, whatever amount it is at the end of the week, pay yourself, and always pay yourself. And I was like, man,
You have to.
that's such a like cool way to look at it, because I was like, man, how do you fight like the greed and all that? And it's like, you don't fight it, you just like make amends with it, right? Like you, well, like you said at the beginning, it's like you discipline yourself. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it as long as you discipline yourself and make amends with it. So that's pretty cool way that you put it out, and
You
it's true.
gotta pay yourself because if the way you're looking at it, bro, you're working a 9 to 5, right? You're waiting every 2 weeks to get paid. It doesn't change the philosophy as if you're trading, bro.
Yeah.
You're putting that time, the nights, them early hours, even if it's $100 at the end of the week, you profit. Like for me, when I first started trading, bro, let's had a $3,000 account or $4,000 account. 2,000 or 1,500 was my most least amount. But anything above that, I withdrew. So every week I try to make my profit, and I always withdraw because you don't want to work for free. You want to reward yourself to motivate you,
You
and
don't
that's how
want
you
to wait.
start. That's how I started growing my account. I started like setting goals for that week, and if I didn't hit that goal, then I didn't withdraw. But next week, bro, I'm that whole weekend I'm studying why I didn't make my money that week.
Yeah. I
You
like that,
can't get
bro.
complacent.
Can't
Yeah,
can't be working for free. I like that a lot. No,
you can't. You just
that's
can't.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like I said, like you were one of the first individuals that I met that was consistently withdrawing. And again, you were mainly focused on US 30 because again, just focus on that one asset, learning your skill set, and personalizing your style of trading to you. Because I remember
Yeah.
you were the one of the few individuals that just grabbed a little bit from wherever you learned and just really crafted your own style at the end of the day,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
really
because
sick.
you gotta find your own way of trading, bro. Like I told you earlier, you really got to find your own way because a lot of people when they first get to trading, like I told you, they want to trade like you or like me or like somebody else. And in reality, you're not gonna trade like us. You gotta find what works for you and what works for your brain because everybody's gonna look at the chart different ways, but you're gonna come out with the same outcome. You just gotta find a way that gets into your brain and works for you.
What was your that first account that we were talking about at the beginning of the call, from 11K to six figures? When that happened, that was that your first day hitting six figures?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. And when you first hit six figures, what did you do with that? Did you withdraw it all? Did you keep
Mm,
it? Did you invest it?
um, I remember when I first hit, our first thing I did was tell my girl, she was like, I'm proud of you. She was like, yeah. And I told my mom, I didn't withdraw it. The main reason why I didn't withdraw it because I knew what I would do with it.
Uh,
And I always been the type of guy because my dad, he had his own business. Uncle Sam is always waiting.
yeah.
Okay, so my dad, the one thing that I do love about my pops is he taught me a lot about being smart with your money.
Mm,
And he always told me whenever you actually make money, you can't just think about what you're gonna buy, but you gotta realize about the person that's gonna be waiting in the back room, Uncle Sam. And so I knew if I would draw it, I had to figure out which way I'm not gonna get penalized as much because once it hits your bank, I always thought like, hey, I gotta pay Uncle Sam at the end of the year,
yeah.
So at that time, I was working, I was making okay money, but my ultimate goal, I wanted freedom, and a hundred
Yeah.
thousand, wasn't much.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I just kept trying to grow it, bro. I think I showed you when I first withdrew, and my ultimate goal is to buy my crib, and yeah, bro, it was a great experience. I'm gonna tell you, I had a lot of sleepless nights.
Yeah.
I cried. I know for sure I cried because I've blown different counts. And yeah, bro, the happiness you get whenever you actually do it, it's a great experience.
Yeah, yeah, I feel it. Like you mentioned when we were talking a little bit off camera, everyone has to go through that. Everyone not because like you should cry or anything like that, but I feel like that it makes that moment when you do hit it like that much more memorable.
I'm gonna tell you this. Get your just imagine you working so hard to get some money and you put it into your account and within 24 hours you blow it.
Oh
You
shit.
know that pain that hurts? Like, man, like I hate crying. I'm the person that I hate crying. I don't like crying in front of people. I don't like doing nothing. But bro, there's been so many nights that I can remember that I was angry, crying. I felt like, man, why the hell can't just get over the hump?
Yeah.
And I feel that all that journey has made me who I am now. I don't
Mm.
when there's a problem now, I find a way how to tackle it. I try to be more open minded, and I feel like it's just a learning experience. I don't really get mad no more. I just feel like if something goes wrong in life, I just feel like, hey, there's something to learn about it and just keep it moving. Because the
You
one
know,
thing I've learned in life, bro, you're not promised a tomorrow.
yeah, it's very true.
You're not. You gotta enjoy it. Don't stress. Live life. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Even like the blown accounts you enjoy now. Like maybe at the moment
Mm-hmm.
you don't, but now you do. It's like one of the things that I remember that year that you first hit your six figures, not only did you hit six figures, but you hit six figures multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Not just that, but I remember we were trading that summer and towards the end of that same year, and you were hitting multiple six figure days by the end of that year. It wasn't even like my guy went from, 4 5 figure days to then by the end of that same year hitting multiple six figure days. It's like
Yeah.
I remember that, bro. I was like, holy shit. Like I would just go to bed and then wake up and you just still be up. And then you just show me a screenshot of how much you killed US 30 at night.
You gotta love what you're doing, bro. You gotta love it. And the one thing about it, I've never been scared to drop a fat lot. Never been scared. I remember when John used to drop fat lots, a
Yeah.
lot of people would be scared. There's no reason to be scared if you know. So the biggest thing about training is your confidence, bro. And I feel like whenever I was hitting those days, bro, my confidence was through the roof. Like, bro, like I swear, like I was looking at the charts, bro. I was just doing it, bro. And that's the one thing that I could say about me, bro. I don't know about everybody else, but confidence is important in this game. In order for you to execute trades on the daily, like I've seen you, bro, Bash, and I'll be seeing you post every day. Your confidence is through the roof. Like you're trading. Like I be seeing you. I'm like, my boy Bash doing it. He doing it. And it's all about confidence, bro. And the people think about, oh, you're not scared to drop a fat lot. But the thing about it, bro, it's not just dropping that fat lot.
Yeah.
It's talking about everything you've been through, the
Yeah.
whole experience, and you knowing what you could do and what you can't do. And like I told you, I view trading as a gamble. You just got to learn how to manage it. Just like if you go gamble, you could go to a casino and you could come out with money. It's just how you manage it. Of course, casino's more luck, but trading is more like gambling. You just got to have that discipline and know what you're doing because at the end of the day, the markets don't give a damn about us.
Good, bro.
They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do.
Yeah.
When Powell's talking, the charts do whatever the hell he wants. Whatever he wants. He don't give a damn about us.
I don't know.
So you just gotta fall in love with it, bro. I remember exactly the days you're talking about. I killed it. I killed it for a good month, bro. I'm gonna say it. I haven't been as aggressive since those days.
You were in
Those
like
days it was hunger rich.
it
It
was,
was
yeah.
it was it was the younger me trying to make it, and I appreciate it because, bro, like I would never be who I am right now if that month. Like so maybe my girl goes like when I told you I stopped trading because I was kind of down and and everything. My girl, she was the one that literally told me, she goes, "Why don't you go back to trading? You were the happiest when you're trading."
Mm,
And those 3 4 months that I took off because my dad passed away and everything, um, trading has really brought me back, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't gone on a Zoom call with all the boys or anything, but I do trade on my here and there on my phone. And trading has brought me back to being
that's cool.
me.
That's so cool, man. That's true passion right there. Honestly, you love what you do, and like you said, yeah, I do remember that 1 month. Again, like you were in your zone for sure. You still are. I feel like you're in your zone, and you're just at a more
I'm in a peace state right now.
conservative approach. I feel like no matter how good you get in the market, that stress level, or that, like a little bit of a risk tolerance still like hits. You know what I mean? It's still, no matter what, you're like, oh shit, like you still, and dealing with that on a day-to-day basis, I feel like it's not good for your health either. So I can see why, sometimes like stepping away could be good for your mental, but at the same time, bro, I feel like when you're in your zone and you find it, and you get out of it, you probably felt way out of funk, like you did, like what you were mentioning.
And my bad for cutting you off, but I also feel it matters about like who's in office, bro. Because at that time, it was Trump. Trump would tweet,
Oh
US
man,
30 will be ping pong. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I do
I
remember
don't
that. It
care.
was
I
Trump.
need a Republican office, bro, because the chart's been
Barely.
they've been crazy. But hey, I miss them days. If I go back to 20 when Trump was in office, bro, man, US 30 was ping ponging all day. But it also matters now, like whenever you come into trading. My bad, bro, for cutting you off. But I
No,
feel
you're good.
like for me, I don't trade every day. I
Mm,
trade when the markets look at me, and that's something that if somebody young is watching this and they really want to get it, don't rush it.
mm.
That's what I said. Don't rush it. The market's not always there, and by what I mean by that is basically sometimes if you don't see it, don't force it because it's just gonna take your money. And whenever you say I'm more of a peace state, now I look at the charts, I'll hop on. If I don't see nothing, I go to sleep. Why am I gonna stress myself when I go to sleep?
Yeah, that's true.
And
Have a
especially,
good
with what
night's
I'm
sleep.
trying to do now. Yeah, and especially what I'm trying to do now, I need to be more disciplined with myself. But yeah, bro, just gotta find peace. Trading is supposed to be fun, but it gets fun when you're first starting out. You're trying to get it, and when you're trying to get it, you better get it, but you better wait for that moment. Don't rush it.
Yeah, that's so true. Everyone hits it's crazy because we all hit our moment like way different, way times apart.
Hmm.
So it's cool that to see everyone really killing it. Now, tell us a little bit of what you j- journey into in 2023. What are you diving into with your new business?
So this year, I'm proud. I'm proud. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited.
Yeah, super proud of you.
Opening my own investment company, Rich Investments. I'm trying to bring people in and invest it. I'm trying to grow it and just call it my baby. I feel like it's time for me to be able to have that challenge in myself to be able to handle other people's money because I feel like that's a whole different ball game.
Mm,
Because you're not handling your own money now, you're handling other people's money. So I want to build a reputation and basically help other people. My first goal is that grow my investment company. I'm trying to bring that up. Right now, I did a pre thing. I have total of 15 people, and it's going great. It's going very very great. But I'm not gonna knock on wood. Ain't nothing could change. But I'm really trying to dive into opening. I'm trying to have by the end of 2023, 3 to 4 businesses and just open basically house flipping. That's something that I've been doing. I've been learning. My boy Felix, he's really got me into the real estate market and
that's cool.
just getting the ins and outs. And then I'm also trying to one of my best friends, he's trying to open a credit repair company, and he needs help. So it's something I've always been intrigued at, just
Credit.
to learn the credit side, because credit is the next best thing of having money. You
Yeah.
don't need money to be rich. Credit, leveraging, that's the next ball game. And especially if all y'all young people or whoever don't have the capital, or like me, want to withdraw your whole 401k, credit could be a good way or a good alternative. There's also all these challenge accounts nowadays that you could just go to, and I'm telling you, challenges are like, I have one. I'm funded through one right now, and they could give you a great head start,
A
a
great
great
head start.
leverage.
Yeah. We have so many options now. It's I feel like if you're not looking at six figures or at least trading within five figures or shooting for five figures, it's mainly because you're not looking in the right place and talking to the right people. But to be honest with you, trading five, six figures now has never been so
Easy.
achievable. Like yeah,
Yeah, it's so easy, especially when we first started, bro. I mean, FTMO was around, but FTMO had like a whole bunch of stipulations, 30 days and 90 days.
a
Like,
bunch of
I didn't want to
restrictions.
wait for all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. And nowadays, bro, you go to the whole different firms, bro. You could easily get easily get money nowadays, bro. So for anybody that's hopping on and learning, like, there's no trading nowadays is so easy. You just gotta learn and discipline yourself. Discipline's the biggest thing you could get,
And
because you
leverage
still have to worry about the 5,000 drawdown.
and
Yeah,
leveraging other
leverage.
people's money like it's couldn't be easier nowadays to get funded by a prop firm or access a bigger leverage for your trading and not having to like I know so many people that tell me like I don't have enough income for this. I'm like, no, it's you don't have to put your fucking whole income on the line. You don't have to put your income on the line at all. Like you can literally just get one of these prop firms, right? You can just get one of these prop firms and be able to leverage their income, and you don't have to risk yours on a trade to trade basis. And I think that's such a cool benefit that honestly maybe it was around when we started, right? I've been hearing about it for a really long time. But nowadays, I feel like there's so many more
Yeah.
options, and it's gotten to the point where like you don't even have to for some of these challenges. Like you don't even have to pass it yourself. Like there's bots out there that will pass them, services out there that will pass them for you. It's like it's
And they're
stupid.
great.
Yeah, it's stupid easy. So I don't know. My belief level this 2022, my belief level has opened up tremendously when it comes to what it is actually having a six figure leverage, and honestly how easy and attainable it actually is. Because before, I felt like the biggest reason why I couldn't pass a 100K challenge was mainly because like I couldn't, like it was a big deal to me. It was a really big deal to me to hit six figure shit. Like when I passed my first six figure account, I remember I called my mom and shit, and like I told her, and I shared the big news with her, and like it's the excitement in me. Like what does excitement want? Like it wants attention, right? So I told all the closest people to me, and it was a fucking big deal. But I remember when I blew that first challenge, I was like, damn, like it hurt twice as hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it
yeah, just
does.
as much as I fucking like told a bunch of people, I was just like, fuck, what am I gonna tell my mom and shit? I just blew that shit like in less than 2 weeks. Like I didn't even get to the first withdrawal. Yeah, no, it's a pretty
And
tough
that's
like
all.
experience, honestly.
Yeah,
Like
no.
but,
And
but you
it
have to
is.
go through that.
It,
Like you have to, like you mentioned earlier, like you have to go through that. And honestly, that's it. I had to go through that for a while before actually hitting that consistent level. But it was it was honestly all because I used to think that passing a challenge was a huge deal, and was I was putting such a high expectation on it because I was like, oh, once I pass the six figure challenge, I'm gonna quit my job. Once I pass like my 6 figure challenge, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be able to live stress free. And then it's like, damn, like you start putting all these expectations on, and then you realize like, damn, 6 figure leverage, it's cool, but it's not like,
It's not a lot.
yeah, it's not. And
No.
I know for a lot of people listening, they're like, dude, it sounds like it's a lot, but it's really not a lot like to play with, right? Like,
If you really want to grow an account, well, if you're first starting off trading, I say
yeah, yeah,
don't go and just buy a six-figure account, because it's not about just having an account. It's having about managing the account, because you still
yeah,
got to manage the drawdown. But to be honest, 100,000 count nowadays, it's not a lot, because a lot of people want to hit home runs.
yeah.
And I feel like a 200,000, you got 10K. 10K is more playable, but like you say, I was the same way, bro. I remember when I passed my first challenge and then blew it within 24 hours. Got
Yeah.
my KYC registration, and that was with my Forex funds and everything. I
And
remember I remember passing it in like 24 hours when they used to have. Remember, was
yeah,
it my Forex funds? And then I passed it within 24 hours, and
bro,
then boom.
you passed it within 24 hours. Phase one and phase two were done like within a 24 to 48 hour window. Yeah, I do remember. It was I think it was Fund and Talent back when it was running.
Yeah, fun and talent. That's who it was, man.
Yeah.
Fuck the
So
nah.
so this is where the belief I think is so important, because this is the main reason why I believe you've had such a big influence in my journey, is because your level of confidence has always been there no matter what. Before you were doing sales, right? You were doing
Yeah.
in sales team, and I feel like that also helps you with your confidence, your speech, and the way that you communicate with individuals, as well as the way you carry yourself, like your energy. And you've always been somebody that was very, very confident from the get-go when it comes about trading. And I remember that was one of the things that I always really looked up to, especially one day when I was really doubting myself. You told me, I asked you, I was like, man, like, because I was just looking at other investments to make. And at the time, we were at this stage in our lives where, like, honestly, we should have just been focusing on us. And that's what you were doing. And I was looking at other options at the time, very doubtful of my own skill set in trading. And I remember I was like, you wouldn't do this investment or this. And you once responded with this, and it really like opened my eyes. And I don't know if you remember telling me this. He's like, I honestly wouldn't, you told me, and I quote, I wouldn't invest in anybody else but myself, because my confidence is my purpose. And I remember that because like since then I was just like, you know what? Like I'm gonna double down, but I'm not gonna double down on anything else but myself. So like, from here on out, I'm gonna double down on me. I'm gonna put, instead of having an option B or having another option, it's like, nah, all on me, and I'm gonna bet on myself. And so I think that's such a cool like perspective to have and carry, and an energy to approach the market with. How would you say like that your confidence has affected your trading?
Bro, I remember when I told you that. I remember.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
do.
I feel like you can't. My belief and everything that I stand for is you cannot bet on nobody else but you. It's
Yeah,
just you can't. You're 10 toes down, and you're gonna ride or die with you. And I've always had that mindset, because like I told you, I give a lot of my the way I am because of my pops, bro. Like my pops, he was a straight G. Like this boy came from Mexico, no papers, no nothing, had his own business, deal with Russians, did not care. This guy was going somewhere, not did not know, but he'll come out learning something. And just the way he carried himself is
yeah,
something that I carried myself. And I just feel like you always have to bet on yourself. Even if you fail, bro, even if you people laugh at you, you got your own confidence. And
yeah,
I've always carried myself like that. And it's something my girl, she always tells me that's what you are. And everybody around me, bro, I want them to win. Like everybody around me, everybody eats, everybody wins. It's just the philosophy you're supposed to have, and I'm glad that, bro. Like me seeing you, like like I've seen you grow, bro, to the person you are today. Like you, I remember when Bash would doubt himself on trades. I remember when Bash would lose and then just be upset, and now I see you
Matt,
kill it. I remember when you'll lose, like you'll go on a losing spree, and then you'll be all I remember you'll be like all down on yourself.
bro,
You'd be down
super
in your
down.
trading, and I've seen you do a whole 360, bro. I've seen
Yeah,
you,
it's
the
crazy.
man that see you now, how confident you are with your group of people you teach and everything you do. Just to see how you started from the mud.
That's
Just
crazy,
to see
huh?
you from the mud, bro, and to see you where you're at right now. It makes me happy, bro, because I see you doing big things, and I know things are just gonna go up for you.
Yeah,
And like that, and I know you're the type of person that you feed off energy, so you're slowly starting to become the energy, bro. Because I could feel it. You're
that's
starting
cool.
to be
Thank you, bro.
Bash. You're starting to be you.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that a lot. Honestly, I think that's super cool that you mentioned that because I was just about to say how I remember no matter what, how big you were doing it and how big your days were, you were always super just as happy, if not happier, for our success than you ever were for your own. So I think that I thought that was like always been such an incredible quality that you've had since the beginning for all of us. It's like it didn't matter. Like you were having six-figure days at the time, and we'd be hitting like what, like $4,000 or, $1,000 days, and you'd be happier for our days than you would ever be for yours. And I think that's so cool. Celebrating other people's success and having the people around you winning has always been like such an important thing to you.
Yeah, no, bro. It has. I feel like because of the way my life has been, bro. I'm not gonna say my mom. We didn't come from a wealthy background. My stepdad, he ended up being my pops. He was the one that was very successful. But I've seen how the one thing my dad always told me is money's not supposed to change you. Money is a quality that makes your life happy. But it has to be the small things. And I tell my girl all the time, I'm humble where I'm at. I thank God every day I wake up. I thank God that I'm alive. Um, I've really been happy and more at peace now than I've ever been in life. And I just feel like you're like I still go eat tacos at the taco truck, no matter how much money I got. I still go to the Chinese place that I know buzz down, bro. Like I'm not like whenever like you know me, I'm not a flashy individual, bro. I
No.
like my truck looking nice. I like my house being nice. But besides that, you will never see me at the club throwing money.
No.
I'm just a simple guy, bro. The thing I'm setting up is whenever my kids, that's what I want because that's how my pops was, bro. And I feel like my pops, he always worked for the future, and that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to set up my whole entire family, and it's
Yeah.
not just about me. And it's not easy. I'm not gonna say I win a lot. I'm not gonna say I win a lot because I do lose. I have lost. I have lost big accounts. I
Yeah.
have
I
lost
do.
70, 80,000, $100,000.
Fuck if I
Like
know.
a lot of people that say, "Oh, this guy's all about winning." No, what I'm talking about just recently, I went on a 3 month losing streak, and it was me, Emerson, and Kevin, and bro, we were down big. Like it made me like just recently, I was down big, big, big. And then with Bitcoin coming down, I like it made me second guess if I should just stop, but it made me realize like nah, like I still gotta have my confidence. But a lot of people think, oh, you just win. Nah, you still lose when you're up there. You still have
Yeah.
just your losses are a lot bigger than what you lose at a small count. Like your losses are still there. Like a lot of people think like, oh, once you make it, no, the more risk, the more losses you take.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's just like I said, discipline. It's just when you gotta know when to stop. You gotta know when to walk out. You have to know when to grab your money, leave it there, and just wait for a new week or a new day or whatever.
Yeah.
But nah, bro, I always want my team to win. I want to see you happy. I want to see you living life. I want everybody to win. That's just me.
And what is would you say success mean to you, and what does failure mean to you?
Success means happiness, bro. Success means my success is right now.
Okay, cool.
Um, for me, my success right now
Awesome.
because I don't have no worries. I'm I'm trying to do. I'm trying to learn new things and explore life. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. And this today for me was getting out of my comfort zone because I don't
Okay.
really
Oh yeah.
do anything. I'm a very
No, I
closed off
appreciate you.
individual. Like people that see me is like, okay, as rich. You probably see me walking. You're like, he ain't got bread, but my bank account don't say that. Uh, but
That's funny.
I'm a very closed off individual. But success means trying new things
Yeah.
and not just stopping. And that's the one thing that me seeing other successful people that I want to be because I'm successful in a way where I'm at peace, but I'm trying to be more. I'm trying to grow more because there's a lot more in life. There's a lot of business, bro. The one thing that I've learned of just trying to go out and network because I go to Starbucks, I sit there and I meet a lot of people. I go to conventions now, and I meet a lot of people now, and I feel like there's a lot of ways to make money nowadays.
Yeah.
Once you really learn how to trade and once you get it, it opens a lot more possibilities. And like, it's not just about trading; it's about doing everything else that comes with it. House market, whatever you want. There's
Yeah.
different ways.
It
And then
starts with
failure. What is
it just starts there.
Yeah, and failure. Failure. I feel like for me, failing. So there's failure is really there's no failure in life. Failure equals a learning opportunity.
Mm.
Failing in life means you have to sit down and take that beating, take that L, accept it, not try to get some money and try to make what you lost. Accepting that you lost in anything and just learning from it. Failing means I feel like once you fail is once you let something overtake you, overtake your mind, overtake your body, get you in a negative mindset.
I like that.
Um, I feel like once you fail, you basically let something else overtake yourself. And failing shouldn't be an option. If you fail, then you should find a reason why you fail. Or if you even fail and you just keep trying it, just give it a pause. Doesn't mean you have to give it up. Maybe it's not that time for you to
Yeah.
actually do what you're doing and just take a step backwards.
Yeah. Sometimes like the best
But
step forward is step back, for sure.
mhm,
What about okay, so what would you say is what is your biggest fear in life?
my biggest fear in life,
Hmm.
bro. My biggest fear, I don't fear anything in this life, bro. It's more like my personal fear is to making sure I take care of everybody around me. Uh, um, the one thing I only fear in this world is probably leaving this world without doing everything that I can do.
Mm, okay.
And that's something that I have to push myself out there because the thing that I was getting too comfortable with my life and just being here and just doing things and
Mm,
realize that
okay.
life is just passing through. So that's what makes me my fear is basically not taking the full opportunity because I just lost my little cousin probably like
Mm,
a week and a half ago, and he was 13, and he was young, and and we realized that you're not promised a tomorrow, and that's when I told you earlier. You really gotta take this life that we have right now and max it out. Um, don't care about what other people think. Just do what you need to do and just keep going forward. Enjoy life.
and
Life
so
is not promised.
with that, would you say like that what would your life philosophy be in relations to that?
Don't stress.
Yeah.
Don't stress. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I stress sometimes, and I stress over the dumbest things that I put myself in there. Like gambling, like sports betting, like I told you, something I want
Uh,
to get into. I be stressing on them damn games, bro. And I just be like, bro, I gotta chill out. Like I be on the Cowboys, bro. I was about to win. I bet $25 on a 17 parlay, and everybody hit but the damn Cowboys, bro. And I was about to win $1,500, and I was like, that was my biggest sporting bet. Like that was my biggest win, and I was like, even my girls like, I was all like, make sure everybody hits. And I'm watching the Cowboys game because they have the ball in overtime, and I'm like, I just need them to score a touchdown, and I get this $1,500. And literally, when she's reading them out, they do a pick six, bro. And I was like, wow, I was so mad, bro. And and yeah, that stress, bro. I feel like stress. You know, like I told you, I go to Starbucks. I talk to a lot of old people. I feel like I'm a young body with an old soul. I love talking to old people, bro. Old people have
a lot
the
of game.
greatest knowledge, a lot of game. And this cat, he was just telling me, he's like, man, I remember I asked him, I was like, he's like, yeah, don't stress, young fella. He was just telling me, he's like, don't stress. He's like, life.
That's cool.
He used to tell me, he's like, you stress, you're just gonna kill yourself. And I used to smoke cigarettes, and it was just a thing that got me into it once my dad passed. When I really started smoking cigarettes, and it was just more like, and I was sad, and then I was just sitting there, and he was looking at me, and then that's what got to me. I don't stress no more, bro. I just, I stress for sports, but like just in life, don't stress. Don't stress.
No
There's
stress.
no reason to stress. Because if you stress, what you're gonna do? Keep yourself up at night.
That's so true. Yeah, because when you stress, the only person that's conflicted is you. The most
And you do
inflicted is.
wrong. Yeah, you're right. And you do wrong mistakes when you stress. You try to find a way so you're not thinking clear minded. You're just,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's life. And I just feel like people just got to go through their own journey. But yeah, stress, bro. That's something I don't like. I don't like stressing at all no more. Just chilling.
Cool, bro. Well, bro, no, I just want to say thank you so much for. I know that you're someone that enjoys your privacy, and I really respect that about you because honestly, like, you just never know, bro. Like, you could be living right next to a fucking millionaire, 7, 8 figure trader for all you know, and you just never know. And I think that it's so humbling that you don't flash like all the things that you have acquired over the over your journey, like 3 4 years of journey. And I think it's so cool that that you keep your shit really low key, your circle really tight, and your circle fed most of all. So I appreciate
Yeah.
everything that you do, bro. The energy that you put out is amazing. Everything that you've inspired us all to do, like our circle of individuals. I just want to say, bro, like, keep doing you, bro. Keep being yourself. Like, this shit's only just getting started. And I just want to say thank you, bro. I appreciate you for being a part of this journey.
No problem, bro. And I appreciate you, bro. I'm really proud of what you're doing. Really proud of what you've become. And I know great things are coming out for you, bro. You got a great mind, and just keep at it. Don't ever give up. And yeah, bro. Just enjoy life. That's all I'll say to anybody. And I appreciate you having me here.
Yeah, bro. We'll talk again here soon, and we'll definitely have to do this again sometime. All right.
And now for sure.
All right, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone for tuning in, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Peace.
Later.